Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the car boot crafter, and I hope you caught my video at the beginning of the week when I made this cute little handbag, and on Wednesday when I made this gorgeous little notepad to go inside the the little handbag. So I've made that, but it looked a little bit empty inside. These are going to be Christmas gifts for friends. So I thought what would be nice would be to add a pen. So I've added a pen, started off life as this one, but I've got a scrap of coordinating card, which all you do is you take off that end, take that out, you've got your empty thing, and just measure from where the pen starts to come in there to this point here. Cut a piece of scrap card that length by 1/2 inch wide, and then roll it around your inkwell, and then push it into your pen, inside your pen, and then add your inkwell as well, and that makes a cute little matching pen like this, which I'm just going to pop in there like that. And I've got a few more there that I'm going to do the other ones with. So that's that, but I thought it would be nice to add a notebook to this little gift set, so that's what I'm going to do today. Again, I'm using the Sweet Garden Roses, and I'm nearly out of this. I will probably get another couple of those little bags and that'll be it. I'm also using these Creativity Inspire craft cards and envelopes, just using 2 of the cards from that pack. So these are the cards. So open them out, and all I've done is I've cut it down to measure 3.5 by 6. So there's the card. I've cut the bottom off so it measures 6, and then I've cut in from this edge so it measures 3.5, and I've done that on 2 of them like that. Then I've got myself 6 pieces of scrap cards from the pack. So these were bits that were left over, waste and what have you, scraps, and I've cut those down to 3 and, hold on 1 second, 3 3/8 by 5 7/8. Right, had to think for a minute because I didn't write it down. Bad move. So I've got 6 of those. I've then got some some copy paper, which I've cut down. I'm going to have to measure these because I think I've gone 1/4 inch under. So yeah, so 5 3/4 by 7.5, and I've done that twice, and I think there's about 8 sheets here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, so there's 8. So you've got 16 pages in your little notebook, and I've done that twice. I've then used my pokey tool. I've had to prep because I've only got 30 minutes, and I've bodged a hole through the middle, and 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom. So I've made 3 holes like that. You can do it now, which I have, or you can do it at the later stage, and I'll let you know when we get to it. So I've just bodged those in for now on both, just to save a little bit of time. So let's get making our little double notebook. So open up your 2 pieces of craft card. Let's move that out of the way, and we want to glue them together like that. But what we need to do is, instead of buffing it right up to that crease like we would normally do, because we're putting note pages in, we're going to come away about 1/8 inch and then glue it in place. So I'm just going to grab my glue, and I'm going to go, oh, that was a funny noise, and I'm going to go all the way around with that on this one. This is the one I'm going to glue inside. A little bit of glue in the middle there just to hold it, and I'm going to just do my corners because I don't want them to lift up. I'm not going to fuss too much with the edges, but I am going to do those corners. And then I'm going to lay it down on top. I'm coming, so this is my score mark there. I'm coming about 1/8 of an inch away from that when I lay it down. Normally you would butt it right up into there, but for this, because we need to allow a little bit of room in our notebook for the pages, you need to come away ever so slightly. But don't worry, that will be covered in a moment, so you won't see those raw edges. Okay, so that's the base of our notepad. Let's move everything out the way. I always, you know, I'm a messy crafter, I can't help it. So I've got 3 there and 3 there. You don't have to, you can mix it up. They can all be completely different if you're using your scraps. These were scraps, but they were scraps from 2 pieces. There was quite big chunks, so that was good. So what I want to do is I'm going to put these ones on the inside. So I'm going to put them like that, and I'm going to flip that one over just so it gives it a little bit more interest. So again, get your glue, do all those edges like that, some down the middle. Oops. Make sure you get those edges because you don't want this to lift, and it's a notebook, so it will get lots of use and wear and tear. And then what you want to do is this piece, I'm just going to glue on this piece. I don't want to glue it anywhere else. I'm just going to lay that down like that. Now I have left a tiny little bit of a border, not much. Let's move those out. Tiny little bit of a border so that you can just see that craft card underneath. And I may go round with some inks later on. I'm still not sure whether I will or not, but we'll see. Then I've got another piece, and that's going to come on this side. Just cover that side like that. So do the same again with your glue all the way around. Try and get those edges if you can, or as close to them as you can. Same with those corners, so that you don't get you don't want to get lift on there. And then put some glue in that middle to hold it all in place like that. And then again, lay that down on there. Again, that is a tiny little bit of a border on there like that. And I like to use my bone folder just to push the glue into the card like that. And this one is going to go in the middle, but I'm going to flip this one over. I could put it like that if I wanted, but I'm going to flip it over just for a bit more interest. So let's do the same on this. Let's get those corners and those edges done like that. I've got my big jumper on today because it's a bit chilly in the craft room. So although it's my hands more than anything else that catches the cold, with this jumper on it's nice and warm. So get those edges. There we go. And lay that down in the middle. And this will cover over that join there, where it's just, there we go. So you've got a slightly bigger border on the sides on this one, but that's okay. Right, so that's the inside of my book done. I'm going to flip it over and do the outside now, and I'm going to follow the same pattern. This has got that gorgeous dots on there, so again like that. So let's start gluing, if my glue bottle will allow me to. They get clogged so easily, don't they? And I'm terrible for, at the end of the day, just leaving it on the side and forgetting to put the lid back on. I have tried to train myself to put the lid back on every time I use it, but the thing is, I put it down and then pick it up 2 seconds later. So my brain goes, why are you even bothering to put that lid on? So, but hey ho. Right, there we go. And glue all the way around. So let's pop that down as well. Really careful to line those borders up. And let's get that bone folder in there. There's a little fly there. I don't know where he's come from, especially this time of the year. Right, and I'm going to do this one next. Let's get that glue. See, I just chuck it down, don't I? It's just wrong. Teresa, try and be a bit more tidy. And I do tell myself off quite a lot, but it just does not work. Is anyone else a messy crafter out there, or is it just me? And you read it all about it. It's about being creative. Creative people are messy people. Yeah, I'm only messy in the craft room. I don't know why. Everything else gets put away, except in here. My brain is too busy. Right, lay that down as well. And slightly over, there we go. That's straight, yeah. Okay, bone folder again. And again the same. I'm going to pop that one down that way because that will be the back. Plenty of glue in those corners and along those edges so that they catch when I glue them down. I don't want them lifting as we're using the notebook. Well, it won't be me, it'll be my friends. So yeah, there we go. This glue is very, very thick, so it's hurting my hands to press it down, but hey ho, there we go. Let's line that up on there like that. So that's, move that up ever so slightly. Oh, now I've gone too far, haven't I? It's always the way, isn't it? Bring that back down, there we go. Right. There we go, and you've got that small border all the way around. So let's turn that over. And just, you know, I like to get those corners as often as much as I can. So there we go. So there is the front of the notebook. I think I'm going to have it that way around, like that. So fold it over and use your bone folder again to reinforce those edges like that, and open it out, and then bring in your little notepads that you've started. So let me find my pokey tool. It is here somewhere because I had it earlier. Oh, see, this is it, messy crafter. I had it a minute ago. Honestly folks, I had it a minute ago. There it is, right under my nose. So what I'm going to do is, so the edge of this, I'm going to line up with that there, so that it fits in there, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got a nice little border. I've taken 1/4 of an inch off so that I've got a little border top and bottom. And then I'm just going to peg that in so it's so it's held nice and tight. And this is when I'm bringing this back in. Now I'm doing it through those holes I've already created. If you don't want to do that step first, you can do it now. So get your pokey tool and poke through. There you go, you can see all the way through. So you've gone through the middle. Then come down just over an inch and do the same at the bottom and again at the top. There we go. So we've got holes that have gone through our notebook. Now bring in some thread. Now I use this thread and I just pick it up from eBay for a couple of quid. And you can go front to back or inside out or outside in. It's entirely up to you, matter of choice. So I prefer to go outside in. No, inside out. I know what I'm talking about. Nobody else does, but you know. So I've gone through the middle one and then I'm going to come to this one on the outside and I'm going to go through like that. Then I'm going to come all the way. I'm missing the middle one. I'm coming to the bottom one and I'm going back through there, pull that through and then go back in this middle one here that you first went through. Just see where I'm going. Not so easy when there's threads already there. Okay, so pull that through, pull it tight. Now I've come through and I'm going to leave these here. Let's move them up a little bit out the way. So I've come through, so I'm this side with both of my threads. I'm this side of that middle thread that goes all the way top to bottom. What I want to do is to thread one of them underneath that. So I've gone under it. And now what I want to do is I'm going to slip that off so I don't stab myself with the needle. And now what I want to do is tie a box knot. So 1, 2, there we go. I'm just going to use my scissors to just snip a little bit off like that. Take those off and there is my notebook inside the cover. So that's one. Now I did say it was a double notebook, so I'm going to fold that out of the way, bring in the other one, and that is going to go on this side. So I'm just going to line that up, so butting it up into that corner, line it up, and again bring in these little pegs to hold it all in place so it doesn't move. Now I've got to measure my string. Now I always do it like this, so top to bottom, bottom to top, and then back down to the bottom, so it's 3 times the length. So let's just chop that there. It gives me too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. But it doesn't give me so much that I'm just wasting a whole ton of it. It will waste a few inches, but not a ton. And you need something to grip on when you are tying it through. So push that through. Is that gone? Yep, there we go. Don't come down too far because you end up then having to spend forever pulling things through. So back through the middle to the outside, top and bottom, just over an inch, and I'm going back through the holes I'd already created, just for, well, it's for quickness as much as anything, and so I don't stab myself live on camera as well. That helps. So again, I'm going inside to the out, so I'm going to hold that bit, then I'm coming back through there, all the way down, miss the middle one out, go to the bottom, pull through, and then you're going to come back through that middle one like that. And if you're lucky, you've come the other side. Let me just pull that through. So this is the fiddly bit if you've got too much on there. So if you're lucky, like I have been this time, I've got one either side of that. So take my needle off, tie a knot, another box knot, make sure it's nice and tight so it holds them pages in place. Get your scissors and just chop that off. So it does waste a little bit, so a few inches, but it's not a whole ton. I can take them off now, and before I lose it, I'm going to pop that back into my threads, because otherwise I will lose it and probably sit on it later. And that is my notebook completed. So there's the middle. I've got a notebook this side, a notebook this side, and then you just fold it over like that, and you have a little notebook that is, when you open it up, has got two inside. You'll have to get your bone folder and just reinforce those scores along both edges like that. But there you go. And I'm going to decorate that up. I'm going to use some of the spare papers to make a little decoration on the front. Not quite sure what I'm going to do just yet, but I'm sure you'll see it at the top of the video. Anyway, that is another little notebook that I'm going to add into my little gift handbag like that. There we go. And that fits in right next to that other notepad and matching pen. So there you go. I think it's a cute little gift set. I'm really pleased how that's turned out. So notepad, double notebook, and that gives me something to help close it over, and then the little pen as well in the middle. So there you go, one cute little gift set for someone for Christmas. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.